Hey, what's going on, jabronis? Now I have a question. Were you there for the railgun before it was nerfed? Well, if that was you, then stay tuned because the railgun nowadays is actually a beast. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, the railgun was by far the best support weapon to bring into the game. But nowadays, you hardly ever see anyone running it, because it was nerfed into the dirt a bit. Well, I'm here to tell you that, at least against the bots, it is one of the best support weapons to bring with you. But you gotta know what to bring with to make it effective. So let's get into it with our loadout, which I like to call the almighty railgun build. So, let's start with our stratagems. The first thing we're going to bring is the obvious, the railgun. The primary use for this is to take down all Devastators and Hulks. These guys will seem like nothing to your squad as you mow them all down like some weeds in your overgrown lawn. Aim for the face and all of them will go down in one shot. That includes Hulks. And later we will get into a way of how to make it easier to take down those big behemoths known as Hulks. Next will be our beloved Eats. Now the railgun can't take out everything, and that's what the Eats are for. The gunships are the bane of us railgun freaks. So, to counter that, take the Eats, call them in anytime you see those gunships, and they will be a problem of the past, and no longer an issue when using the railgun. With a 1 minute cooldown, waiting on these rockets to come in isn't even an issue. The Eats will be a great addition to the arsenal. Now, we're going to bring in my favorite and go-to stratagem, the Eagle Airstrike. What's the last thing that we were worried about that we haven't talked about yet? That's right, fellow Helldiver, it's the Factory Strider. The Eagle Airstrike is the best stratagem used on the big walkers. With two well-placed airstrikes, it will take down a Factory Strider very quickly and very easily. Now, for our last stratagem, it's a bit of a wild card. I was using the shield backpack since it was useful when staring down a Hulk or heavy Devastator while charging the railgun. But using something like the supply pack is also something to consider if you notice that you're running out of ammo a lot. I also played around with the jump pack, which is my favorite backpack. It would also be a very good option. Really, the choice is yours. These are my recommendations, but ultimately, it's up to you, hero. Now, our primary weapon, I went with the Tenderizer. Since the update, this has become my favorite primary weapon. It has zero recoil and great damage. This assault rifle shreds all light enemies, and against the bots, it can kill Devastators easily and quickly by shooting them in their face. This will fit in perfectly to combo well with our railgun. The secondary weapon is an easiest choice as ever. It's the grenade pistol. Easily the best pistol in the game. It can blow up fabricators, it can one-shot scout striders, and two-shot devastators in a pinch. It is a fantastic handgun that I hardly ever see myself switching away from. This will be the perfect sidearm to equip in the loadout. And now the last thing to add to our beastly arsenal will be the stun grenades. These will be amazing for stunning Hulks and Devastators to line up those headshots with the railgun. So make sure you have these with you at all times because they will make our lives very easy while fighting for our lives with one railgun shot left and a Hulk right on our tush. Now for the armor, I went with the engineering kit since it gave us 2 extra stun grenades and a recoil bonus, which I enjoy. And I think this is the best looking armor in the game, but this one's up to preference. So go with what feels best for you, Helldiver. And that's our loadout, the almighty railgun build. Now before I get into any extra tips, I wanted to ask really quickly that if you are enjoying what you're watching, please go down below and click that subscribe button. Every subscriber means the world to me, and it goes a long way into helping me make these videos. Anyway, let's get into the tips you're going to need to make this build work.
Where's my Eats?
Now, the first and most important thing you're going to need to know to make this build work is you need to take the railgun off of safe mode. Put it in unsafe mode. Just make sure you don't hold the trigger down too long unless you want explosive results for yourself. Also, aim for the red dot on the Hulk. This is what we Malevelon Creek veterans call the Hulk's Eye. If you hit this thing just right, the railgun is a one-shot kill.
Oh my god.
Also, crouching is huge here. Try to crouch and stay still when using these weapons, as sometimes they will just ever so slightly miss your target because you moved at the last second. Also, I like to keep my tenderizer scope set to 100 meters. That way, whenever I needed those long shots to hit, my scope was already set and ready to go. And lastly, it never hurts to call down and eat. I've seen people who like to save it for when they need it, and others who call it down as soon as the cooldown is over. Both ideas work, so don't ever be afraid to call in and eat. It might save your life. And that's about all I got for you guys. There was one more thing I did want to add. It had nothing to do with the build, but I wanted to talk about how everyone says that the Helldivers 2 is dead. I will say first and foremost, I've put almost 500 hours into this game, and I still am always able to find people to play with. We're sitting around 40 to 60,000 players a day. That is not a dead game. A lot of currently dead games would love to have 40 to 60,000 players at all times every day. But that's all I have to say on it. If you have anything you would like to say about this build, or you have a weapon that you want to see built around, comment it down below. And like I said earlier, please go down and subscribe. It takes 1 second for you, but puts a smile on my face for the whole day. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and that you have a great rest of your day. Now get down there and spread some managed democracy. But don't forget, it's for the children. Bye, guys.